This corgi is a professional balloon popper, so they made a special course just for him. Naturally, he has an easy time with all the regular balloons, but when he gets to the special balloons at the end of the course, he struggles a bit. And that's because they're filled with water. But remember, he's a professional balloon popper, and he completes the course in record time. Just look how happy he is. It's this dog's first time on an airplane, and he's being such a good boy, enjoying the amazing view. Wait, he was just being tricked. Aw, maybe one day the poor guy will get to ride on a plane for real. This little doggo got stuck in the snow, and he's really cold. Thankfully, there's a nesting chicken nearby that he can use for warmth. The chicken is understandably a little confused at first, but she's more than happy to let this cute little puppy cuddle with her. And before he leaves, he thanks her with a hug. This dog seemed a little lonely, so his parents brought him a new friend, and he is super excited to meet her. Just look at that tail going absolutely crazy. He's never had a girlfriend before, so he can't wait to take her back to his crate for some special playtime. This dog just can't catch his feather toy. No matter how hard he tries or how fast he runs, it always stays 2 steps ahead of him. But that doesn't stop him from trying. He has a one-track mind, and his only goal is to catch the toy. Eventually, he decides to activate his second brain cell and realizes that he can trap it against a fence. And finally, he catches the feather toy. It looks like dogs are evolving, and this little guy's using his newfound mastery of tools to feed a baby bird. I'm glad to see his genius is being put to good use. Oh, looks like we were tricked. This corgi was sent to get a new tree from the nursery, so he had to run all the way back home with it. Unfortunately, dragging the tree for that distance made the branches snap and all the leaves fall off. His human was understandably disappointed, and he pretty much doesn't get to eat tonight, which makes perfect sense. This cat just had babies, and the dog is eager to meet all the new kittens. He tries to take in the new scents before he snuggles up with the cats, and the kittens seem more than happy to cuddle with him. This kitten in particular grew especially attached to the dog, and now they just cuddle together every day. But like all good boys, his favorite thing is to watch over his new family, although sometimes he needs a little rest. There's just too much going on here. This dog is riding on top of his pig friend while his human is feeding him noodles with a chopstick. And I think the pig is just eating the rest of the soup. This little puppy is practicing his herding skills, but he just realized that these ducklings are really hungry and dog might be on the menu tonight, so now he's running from them. I'm just kidding. Everyone knows that ducklings only want to cuddle with dogs. This dog can skateboard faster than even a tiny human. He recently got his skateboard upgraded with a bunch of LEDs, and this is his first time taking it out. He always draws a crowd when he's skating, but now everyone can't help to watch with the new light show. And he's happy to indulge them by doing an awesome 360 trick. You might think that this is a cute, innocent puppy, but that's just what he wants you to think. He's using his cuteness to lull you into a false sense of security before he unleashes his devastating sneak attack. This cat is fishing for dogs with his feather toy, and it looks like he's already caught one. The dog is blissfully unaware and having a great time chasing his toy around. But I think the cat is having even more fun making his puppet dance. This little encounter just goes to show that cats are always in charge. This dog just can't catch his feather toy. No matter how hard he tries or how fast he runs, it always stays 2 steps ahead of him. But that doesn't stop him from trying. He has a one-track mind, and his only goal is to catch the toy. Eventually, he decides to activate his second brain cell and realizes that he can trap it against a fence. And finally, he catches the feather toy. This dog loves popping balloons with his mouth, so they made him a special course with a big surprise at the end. It's a balloon filled with water, and the dog is a little bit confused initially, but he eventually figures out how to pop that balloon too. This dog just got a custom raincoat made out of plastic bags. They even added a tail slot that fits him perfectly. He gets really moody if he doesn't take his afternoon walk, and it's storming outside. So this was their solution. I didn't even notice the dog issues at first. They really thought of everything. This dog loves to skateboard. I have no idea how they trained him, but it's pretty impressive. He actually goes skateboarding at least 3 times a week, and he's even learned to do some pretty cool tricks. Even going down a flight of stairs is no problem for this amazing dog. He's actually way more talented than me. This puppy never expected a wild turtle to appear out of the sand, so naturally he decides to take a ride on its back, which actually goes great until the turtle decides to spoil it by slamming on the brakes. This corgi was bringing a huge tree branch back to his house, but he got distracted by a dog balloon. Just when he turned his back, a human snuck over and ran off with his branch. The corgi tried chasing after him, but he was too slow. With all his hard work going down the drain, he decides to take out his frustration on the balloon. This dog is so fluffy that he probably floats on the water. He actually loves swimming so much that he's practicing his swimming strokes in the air in anticipation of finally getting in. Well, he definitely floats, but he actually prefers riding in his inflatable duck boat with his girlfriend. This dog is trying to escape from prison. He starts out by trying to bite his way through the bars, but that's not very effective. So he resorts to plan B, which is to squeeze really hard. Unfortunately, it appears he's a little too chunky. All this struggling attracts the attention of a black dog who doesn't seem too interested in helping. Fortunately, the dog is nothing if not persistent, and he squeezes with all his might, refusing to give up. With some furious wiggling, he finally pops out of the cage, embracing his hard-earned freedom. This dog is over here, playing fetch with himself. Okay, well technically he's just sliding down a hill, but I mean he did catch the ball, and now he's playing fetch. Sucks that he has to play with himself though. Would you play with this dog? This cat just had babies, and the dog can't wait to meet all the new kittens. He gives each one a good sniff to make sure he's familiar with their scent. Honestly, I'd be a little scared to have a dog this big around my kittens, but I'm sure he's a good boy. All this new activity tires the kittens out, and they cuddle up with their mom. The dog even uses a few gentle licks to help tuck them in. Then he lays down to relax and keep an eye on the new members of his family. This dog is having his birthday party, and these people are singing happy birthday to him in dog language. It's very cute, and he seems to enjoy the attention, but I bet he can't wait to eat that dog food cake. My puppy is basically a vegetarian. He got a hold of some asparagus one day, and he's been absolutely hooked ever since. He's honestly more excited about raw asparagus than anything, except maybe carrots. I think he may have actually been a rabbit in his last life. Is this normal doggo behavior? Do your dogs eat a ton of vegetables? This poor dog has gotten himself stuck in the air. He seems to have climbed out the window and doesn't know how to get back inside. Fortunately, these people are holding a sheet to catch him, but he's too scared to jump down. The neighbors come up with a brilliant plan to place a wood beam next to the dog so he can walk towards their window. Unfortunately, he's a little reluctant at first, but eventually with some coaxing, he's able to finally walk across the beam, and one of the neighbors picks him up and takes him into his house. This puppy was adopted by a duck. They're such a loving family that he even rides on his dad's back. And sometimes he even cuddles with his brothers and sisters, who are also ducks. Meanwhile, this dog has adopted an entire family of ducks. He often has to chase down his runaway children and bring them back to their mom, where he is rewarded with a nice feathery hug. These dogs are just super clumsy. This guy just kind of randomly tumbled down the stairs. So, are all dogs like this? Because these two just completely tripped over nothing. I don't think these guys should be driving, if I'm honest. Or riding on the swing. And especially not in a group.